Y'all, I just want to formally apologize again. I had some problems with the stream, the first one that I was live with for NXT. I had some problems with that one. I think Netflix and the VPN was messing it up. I thought somebody had got hacked into my stuff. I thought that's why the shit was acting up, but turns out that wasn't the case. It was because the Netflix and the VPN was messing up the stream. I think the internet was acting up. It was acting kind of weird and stuff. And that's not usual. And this laptop is old too, so, you know. But anyways, this is your NXT March the 17th, 2026. Watch along your results. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share the streams to all social media platforms. Let everybody know what I do on the channel here. We're going to go ahead, turn on this VPN again, and we're going to try this again. I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm about to be logging. I'm about to start out of Restream on the browser and stay logged in on the phone. That's what I'm about to start doing. Because this is getting ridiculous. I'm getting tired of every time I go live. Every time I start the stream, it starts messing up and then it ends on its own. Like, it shouldn't be doing that. That is crazy. That's crazy as hell. It shouldn't be doing that shit. Anyways, let's go ahead and get NXT pulled up. Because we are missing half of the show already. Half of the show that's probably not even that important anyway. But we're going to tune in and watch it anyway to see whether it's going to be a solid B- show or a mid-average C+ show. I already predicted that it's going to be a mid-average C+ show. So we're going to go ahead and watch it. We're going to start from the beginning, too.
Now, I hate to get in the middle of this.
Oh, no. I want to spoil y'all on that. All right. So they said NXT was kicking off with the NXT Women's Championship match. Let me go ahead and mute this so I don't get no copyright. Because I gotta have my earbuds on because I can't play WWE audio in the background. Finally, it's working. I got it to work finally. Ugh. You know, while that glitching and acting up stuff was all about, I thought somebody was getting into my stuff. I'm about to say, please no. Please, I hope nobody ain't getting into my stuff. Because I got everything secured and protected, so nobody should be having access to my stuff. Nobody. Except me. Trying to figure out where the heck I put them. Oh. Again, I do apologize, y'all. I wasn't late. I was on time till the stream started acting up, and I had to go live, reschedule the stream, go live again. Ugh. Agitating when you gotta do that. Got Zaria in the ring. We got Sol Ruca in the ring. I think the laptop was just messing up a little bit. Go ahead and get these earbuds hooked up. It's Fatal Influence. Hey, Hassan, I had to re-go live again because I was having problems with the stream. That's why you seen the stream glitching and acting up and stuff. Plus, his laptop is old as hell. I done been using it every week to go live with my Raw, NXT, and Fall SmackDown, and Lucha Libre watch-alongs. I thought somebody was getting my stuff, but that didn't seem to be the case. I got everything protected, so nobody should be able to get into it. Shouldn't be able to get into any of my social media accounts or my YouTube channel or anything like that. When I monetize, won't nobody be able to get into my YouTube channel to try to get money from my darn monetize, my monetization money. because everything literally has extra protection. Everything. All my social media account, bank account, restream account, everything. Everything's protected. Nobody can hack that stuff. Get into it. All right, so it's starting off with the NXT Women's Championship match, like they said on Twitter X. Boss Slam was told that. Fightful was told that. So this is a different arena. A whole totally different NXT arena. All right, so we got Jacy Jayne and Sol Ruca going at it first. Zaria was sent out to the ring. All right, see what these can do tonight, man. The match already done started. Over with a clothesline, Jacy Jayne reversed. Hurricane Rana into a kick. Got both Zaria and Ruca on the middle rope. Oh, Jacy Jayne just bootleg Sol Ruca out the ring. Code breaker from Jacy Jayne. Sol Ruca into a diving moons or a diving splash to break up the pin. We got a few YouTube content creators left tonight for this show. Not too many of them are, though. How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? Oh! Look at that kick from Jacy Jayne. Oh! That's like a Claymore. Jacy Jayne is taking control of this match. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh! Sol Ruca with a moonsault. Oh God, we got the terrible faction of Los Americanos. I hope they know they're gonna lose to Vanity Project. Uh-oh. We got Zaria and Sol Ruca face to face in the ring. These two about to tear each other apart. There they go. Yeah! Wish I was hitting the gas right now, man. Oh! Oh, Sol picks Jacy Jayne up. And, to a spear. Jacy Jayne runs into a spear by Zaria. And a spear to Zaria by Sol Ruca. This place is going crazy tonight. Well, kinda. Now it's Sol Ruca taking control of this NXT Women's Championship Triple Threat match. Oh. All three women down. Bodies everywhere in the ring. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you do. Tune in. I'm live for NXT. Like I said, my other stream was messed up, so I had to delete that one and go again. Told you it's been a rough 3 weeks. Y'all have no idea. Telling you. Boom! Oh, Zaria has Jacy Jayne picked up. Zaria hit Jacy Jayne with her own version of the F5. Super kick to Zaria. Headbutt to Sol Ruca. Oh! X Factor from Sol Ruca to Zaria, and she clotheslined Zaria out the ring. Look at Soul Snatcher from Sol Ruca. Oh! Come on now. Oh, Zaria just pulled Sol Ruca out the ring. She broke up the pin. Oh, another one of Zaria's own version of F5. Oh, she just headbutted Lenny Reed. F5 to Fallon Henley. Zaria was too busy trying to take out the rest of Jacy Jayne's members of Fatal Influence, and didn't realize that Jacy Jayne had put herself on Sol Ruca to pin her for the 1, 2, 3. Damn. How did Zaria not know that? How did Zaria not realize that? How the hell did Zaria not realize that, bro? Oh, the viewership dropped for last week's SmackDown. That is not an indication to anybody that SmackDown was a mediocre show last Friday night. I don't know what to tell you. That should be enough to tell you that SmackDown need to change their creative too. Oh, Ricky said he's going to call out someone, and that someone, I think it's Joe Henry. This is the revolution. There he is. It's the revolution himself. I got the NXT watch along say to my NXT playlist, man. Go check out my NXT playlist, y'all. Stuff keep disappearing, man. What the hell? Oh, shut the heck up, Booker T. What the heck you laughing at? Oh, I messed up. He said, Becky says last week, he said last week would be Joe Henry, Miles Bourne. And we're a great tag team. You guys should save Miles Bourne when he comes out. I would love to point out, in fact, I was thinking tag team names. He said if our boys, the Vanity Project, were not tag team champions, he and Ethan Page would be in that tag team tournament. He said it's safe to say the roster is focused on gold. Ethan Page said he's this close to becoming a North American champion. And Rick said he's going to proclaim his place back on the top, basically as NXT, as two-time NXT champion. Woo! He said, I don't want to come a two-time North American champion. He said, no, that's not the plan. Then Joe Henry comes out. Why is it going on error? Damn. getting tired of that. My money is on Kendall Gray to win the NXT Women's Championship. And subscribe, please, if you're new only. We are close to 910 subscribers. I just shared the stream to the app as well. What's going on with these darn? I don't think this laptop can take so much. I ain't believe in Joe Henry. Those of you that are tuning in, welcome. Got Joe Henry out. I believe in Joe Henry. Let's get these views and likes up tonight, folks. Share the stream. Let everybody know I'm live for NXT. I'm watching the segment with Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, and Joe Henry. Joe Henry said, I hate to get in the middle of this, but you guys are having, to be fair, points. So he was able to do something that you could just never do. And sure, it involved smashing my face into the NXT Championship. Now, you know, Ricky, last week that left me the sense that maybe you just don't want it as bad as Ethan Page. Don't worry about what you want. It's what you're going to need. And that is medical attention if you think you can stand up and face me for the NXT Championship, says Joe Henry. He said, Ricky, I get it. You want to cling it to Ethan Page because of your. All right, it's going so fast. He said you couldn't play a guitar. You couldn't certainly sing. The darn subtitles are going so fast on here. Now that I think about it, didn't you guys face each other at last year's pay-per-view premium live event or Stand Deliver? Now that I think about it, maybe you guys just figure it out amongst yourselves. We did have a match. Joe and I actually won that match. Who cares? Because, hold on. Okay. Yeah. I had to pause for a few minutes. Who cares? Because a couple weeks after that, I went to on top to become North American champion. Longest reigning. Oh, darn. Both Ricky and Ethan just punched Joe Henry. Now they stomping on him. Ethan Page and Ricky Saints too busy arguing with each other. Look at that. It cost them. Joe Henry with a toss. Like he was going to go for the strongest slam. Nah. Oh! Tony D'Angelo just speared. He just speared Joe Henry. Choke slam to Ethan Page. Tony not only dropped Joe Henry, but he dropped Ricky, Saint, and Page. Y'all don't forget what Angelo said months ago. He said he came back and he was fully focused. He wasn't lying. Speaking of focus, the Birthright successfully recruited Charlie Dempsey last week. When Urango said, I think we need to make this thing permanent. Before that, he told him that he's doing a good job as GM of NXT. So that's what Wren Sinclair told Robert Stone. Oh, Lord. I hope to God that the Vanity Project destroys the shit out of Los Americanos. Jesus Christ. They need to get these guys off of TV. Every time I say that, they're still on there. So we got Los Americanos versus the Vanity Project for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Yeah, this is definitely going to be, by the time this show ends, I am definitely going to say that this was mid-average C+ show. Indefinitely. Miss Joseph, telling us copies you know had today. You're fired up. Got Bravo, Ricky Smokes in the ring. I already predicted that this show was going to be a mid-rich C plus show, and it appears that I'm lying. It appears that I certainly was somewhat right. You see the thumbnail? The person on the left, I mean on the right with the hoodie on is me. The person on the right on the thumbnail. Isn't that cool? I put myself on the thumbnail with the talent. I made the thumbnail myself. I did it. As well as the background videos for the countdown stream, everything. I hope Vanity Project destroys these guys. Please beat these guys to retain and move on to something else. I'm getting tired of seeing Los Americanos on television. Oh, German suplex from Jackson Drake. Man, y'all should be booing Los Americanos, not Vanity Project. Shoot. Hell, the fans probably can't even tell which tag team is a heel, which tag team is a babyface. Yeah. They said a six-man tag has certainly took a turn. Okay. Not for Los Americanos, but for the Vanity Project. These guys are some comedians on commentary, bro. For them to say this match is taking a turn. Ah! Oh, we got the fake El Grande Americano. So you mean to tell me he acts more like a heel on AAA, but a babyface on NXT? Make it make sense. I ain't even looking though. The hell? Yeah, I'm ready for this match to be over. It's not. I mean, it's not Los Americanos and Vanity Project's fault that they booked this match, but the Vanity Project did good most of this match. I just don't care for Los Americanos. They have long fallen off the radar of the fans and the internet wrestling community. Come on, man. Just some thumbs up on the stream, y'all. I don't see no likes. I don't see the views pushing up or nothing. If y'all share the stream and tag people, get some audience in here, man, that'd be great. Check out this NXT. Ooh. You gotta be kidding me, bro. There is no fucking way. Dude, what the fuck is this? Hey, one teammate tagging in, another teammate tagging out. Teammate tagging in, another teammate tagging out. Bro. 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 You did not. You cannot just tell me. You cannot sit there and tell me that they just buried the Vanity Project. You cannot tell me that they did not bury the Vanity Project tonight. That is so justice, bro. That is. This show sucks. They just buried the Vanity Project, dude. Vanity Project has been fucking buried, dude. They just lost to Los Americanos. Well, the renting streak of the Vanity Project is over. Wow. Just like that. Over. What are they going to have for these guys next? I wonder. Given that Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes are still the NXT Tag Team Champions. Why do you have your NXT Tag Team Champions and Evolve Champion losing on TV? Your NXT Tag Team Champions and your Evolve Champion should be winning, not losing. What is this shit? Unreal. Unreal. One of the worst decisions WWE's ever made. Terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. They just made a awful decision. show sucks. I can't believe they just did that. I can't believe they just let Vanity Project lose the match. I cannot believe that Vanity Project were the team to lose tonight. That just makes me so mad. Like, the Vanity Project should have been winning tonight. They should be set to lose. When you're a tag team champion or a regular champion, whether you're a world heavyweight champion or an NXT men's or women's champion, you're not. You shouldn't be set to lose. You should be set to win. You're a champion for a reason. You have a reign as champion for a reason. You're on a winning streak. The fuck, man? I'm skipping this shit. I don't want. I don't want to hear what Boogie T has to say. Man, that shit done made me mad. That shit done made me mad. I almost don't want to watch the whole entire show now. Screw that. They just screwed the van. Awful, awful, awful. You do not bury your NXT Tag Team Champions, even your Evolved Men's Champion. The Evolved Men's Champion and the NXT Tag Team Champions should have won tonight, and they didn't. WWE should have made the right decision by having them win, and they didn't. What did they do? Instead, have Los Americanos win. As if I don't like that faction already. Not a huge fan of that faction, obviously. Oh. Great. That is just awesome, man. What a decisive decision that was. Yeah. Great job, administration. Great decision you got going there. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Awful. Man, let's just this Bruce and Michael Hayes. Oh, let's just bury the Vanity Project on TV because they are non-existent in their fucking vision. God, this administration are fucking clueless, man. How the fuck does the NXT writers and whoever books this show not realize that the NXT Tag Team Champions, Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes, and the Evolved Men's Champion, Jackson Drake, should have won that match? They were the favorites to win the fucking match. So why do you have Los Americanos winning? Why? And now that guarantees them an NXT title shot. Great. Now I gotta see more of them on TV. Awesome. Man, these shows have been so fucking these are boring, dude. They have been so bad. These NXT shows. Not even gonna lie. Mediocre as all these NXT shows have been. Wait, did Troy just turn babyface? Whoa, did Jasper Troy just turn babyface on NXT? I think we just witnessed that. So we're getting a babyface Jasper Troy. It looks like we're getting a Cameron Carver Jasper Troy feud. Darn, Cameron Carver just sent security through the darn steel steps. Damn. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going over my thoughts and grade on this show. Oh, we are gonna shit all over the administration for the god awful, terrible decision that they just made tonight. I did not like that. I thought the Vanity Project should have won that match tonight. Clearly, it should have been the Vanity Project, and it wasn't. They are wrong for this. They really are. They're gonna get called out for this shit tonight. Ain't nobody stopping me from that either. They're gonna get called out for this shit. Just you watch. I ain't gonna forget either. Good thing I am live for NXT. When nobody else be able to call them out like me when it comes to going live for the NXT Silver brand. Bro, if we get Jasper Troy versus Cameron Carver at Stand Deliver, man, that's gonna be. Imagine these two powerhouses, dude. That's gonna be something. Is that? He said that shouldn't be happening in my city. I told you. I told you. There's Wren Sinclair. I can't believe they did the Vanity Project like that tonight. Terrible, terrible decision tonight. Shaking my fucking head. I cannot wait for this show to end. I got a lot to say about it. I'm serious. Like I just really want to get it off my chest so bad. Mm. We got the Speed Women's Championship match happening right now. Fallon Henley versus Wren Sinclair. You know, Wren Sinclair is the challenger and Fallon Henley is the champion. Oh. Did I just hear tape on the left shoulder of the champion? Well, apparently Fallon Henley is not one this match, folks. I see it. I see the tape on her left shoulder. I can see it too. I can't believe that. I am never going to forget what I saw earlier tonight. Never, ever. Wow. Shame on the WWE and the NXT writers, whoever booked the show, and the Triple H administration for what they just pulled. The final ranch is locked in. Oh, Wren Sinclair just became the new Speed Women's Champion. Jacy Jayne and Lenny Reed looks shocked and upset. I wonder if they're going to turn on Fallon Henley. I wonder if it's. I wonder what's going to happen. Or maybe Fallon Henley turns on Jacy Jayne and Lenny Reed at Stand Deliver and causes Jacy Jayne the NXT Women's Championship match. Because Fallon Henley just lost the Speed Women's Championship to Wren Sinclair. Not kidding. I'm not joking. I'm serious. Damn! We're at the page Ricky Saints talking with Robert Stone backstage about them getting beat up by Joe Henry. Tournament match happening right now. Get ready for a fight. Feels like nobody's watching NXT tonight. Oh man, I know y'all can. I know we can get these views up. I know we can get better. I know y'all better than 31 views up, man. I know we can do better than this tonight. Almost caught up with the show. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I know we can do better. Let's get more than 31 views up. Damn, we just had 4 people in here. Now you're gone. Damn it. Come on, y'all. 1 minute you join in, and then the next minute you leave. It's either you gonna stay or you gonna leave the chat. Uh-oh. You got Hank and Tank versus Birthright. We got tag team championship match to determine number 1 contenders for the Vanity Project. Ooh, drop kick. This will drop kick from Stacks to one of the Hank and Tank guys. Connors is tagged back in. Okay. Yeah, Connors is definitely out. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Mm. Mm-hmm. What did Lexus King just do? Oh, Lexus King just sacrificed himself for Connors and Stacks. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Hank and Tank don't even realize it. Look at that. Rolling up one of the Hank and Tank guys. And Hank and Tank's eliminated. Birthright is the first team to advance. Amen. We up ears. I really believe in joy and red. All right, Dog State. I don't think Dog State was fighting at the parking lot. Oh, me. Thoughts on everything that happened earlier in the show? We're caught up with the show, by y'all. In case y'all didn't realize. I meant to take this off the screen. That's what I meant to do. There we go. I'm on the Mexico server on the VPN. Here I am. Shine. What the hell? Oh, she said you're gonna kick Izzi's ass. Why did she say it like that? She said you're gonna kick Izzi's ass. Look, I'm gonna kick Izzi's ass. Yeah, look at her. She happy now. She got a smile on her face. Damn. Oh. No. 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 Shut up. I don't want to hear about her. No. Hell no. Izzi wore that hat on purpose. She wore that hat on purpose. I know she did. Yeah, she wearing it on purpose. Well, NXT, we are caught up with the show, folks, finally. You can tune yourselves back in because the main event is the NXT North American Women's Championship match. No! I'm about to say, don't tell me I got an error again. We got Tony D'Angelo versus Ricky Saints. This match is not going to disappoint. Even though Tony D'Angelo has been acting like an anti-hero lately on this show. Hey, that's what I am. We got the Gauntlet Eliminator next week to determine who will face Miles Bourne for the North American Championship. So those are two matches announced for next week's NXT. I'll be live for next week's NXT, of course. Oh, Tatum got a new theme. She got a new theme song and a new theme. So we got a steel cage match between Izzi Dame and Tatum Paxley. And Izzi Dame is already taking it to Tatum Paxley. She didn't even give her time to get inside the cage. Damn. Damn. Suplex on the concrete by Izzi Dame to Tatum Paxley. Damn, she's hit her head on that cage. Uh-oh. Izzi Dame already got a chair from the ring. Oh, Lord. This is not going to look good. This is not going to look good, man. Oh! Oh! Damn! They're on the steel cage. Who's going to drop? Who's going to drop on the ring? Tatum Paxley or Izzi Dame? We'll find out. Oh! Tatum sends Izzi Dame's head to the cage. Now, Izzi sends Tatum Paxley's head to the cage. Both women using the cage to their advantage in this match. Let it hang on out, man. We got both Tatum Paxley and Izzi Dame on the ground. Let's find out which one of them is going to get back up. Ooh. First of all, let me make one thing clear about this NXT championship match or NXT. Let me make this one thing clear about this tag team match. Los Americanos beating Vanity Project, number one, was the worst call. Number two, Brad Baylor and Smokes are the NXT tag champions. Drake is the Evolve Men's champion. And number three, having active title holders lose makes 0 sense creatively. Anybody that's the current champion should not be losing on TV. They should be winning to continue their title reign. Now, Jackson Drake's going to have to drop his title since he's lost as champion. Now, Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes are going to have to drop the NXT Tag Team Championships at Stand and Deliver since they fucking lost. Too early for these guys to go to the main roster. Why do they want them to drop the titles now? Why do they want Jackson Drake to drop his Evolve Championship now? I don't understand this. Shit ain't making no sense, man. That's just awful, dude. That's just awful, lazy booking, lazy decisions, man, by this company. Lazy decisions. And lazy writing. This show sucks. This show sucks. I wanted to get that off my chest. And I'm going to mention it again, too, because I want the administration to hear it. That was some bullshit right there. That was just not cool. The Vanity Project did not deserve to lose tonight. Clearly, your champions are supposed to win, not to lose. Not lose as champions. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Am I not right? I know I am. Oh, he said, oh, I'm not the biggest fan of Izzi. Oh, that was a moonsault by Tatum Paxley. For the 1-2, Izzi Dame kicked out. So we got both of these women getting back up. Oh, they getting ready. They staring each other in the face. They getting ready to tear each other apart. They're going to be throwing lefts and rights at each other now. Oh, there they go. Oh, both women with the same idea. Both women with the same idea again. Oh, super kick. And Izzi Dame just sent Tatum Paxley to the steel. Oh, jeez. Code breaker. Oh. Not this time. Oh! She just dropped Tatum Paxley, and Tatum Paxley kicks out. Tatum Paxley was in her doll mode. She was transforming. Zombie come to life, man, I tell you. Oh, damn. She is hitting Izzi Dame. I mean, Izzi Dame hit Tatum Paxley with the chair like a head. Giving her head with that steel chair. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's getting ready to powerbomb Tatum. Powerbombs around the cage. On the side of the cage. In the ring. Not outside the ring. Oh. One more time. Well, Tatum Paxley did say she's ready to go to the main roster, so I wouldn't be surprised if she loses the North American Championship tonight. Well, she ain't rushing the main roster. She's taking her time. She ain't rushing it. According to what the sources said on Twitter X. Darn, Izzy landed on that chair hard. Jeez Louise. Uh-oh. Tatum Paxley's got the chair. Oh! She took Izzi Dame on that long cemetery drive. And Tatum retains. I wonder if they're sending Izzi Dame to the main roster. They probably said, no, she's got a little bit more to work on before she go to the main roster. Probably what the administration saying. Anyway. Now she can move on to defending that title against another female talent. Showing a replay of this North American Women's Championship match between Tatum Paxley and Izzi Dame. What the? Who is that behind her? What the hell? Is that Blake Monroe? Oh, it's Blake Monroe. Ah. Well, I guess that'll be Tatum Paxley's next feud. Blake Monroe. Well, damn. She did that real good. I thought a geek was about to come out of there. Oh. I thought it was about to be one of them geeks from the internet wrestling community coming out of there, man. I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Yeah, this show wasn't that exciting tonight, folks. Yeah, when my face completely changed before it went to audio. After I stopped laughing, my face completely changed. That's how you know I'm serious when I say this show was not that exciting tonight. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go over it here in a little bit. I'm going to step away. Take me a little break, man. And when I come back from my only break, we're going to go over my overall thoughts, grade on the entire show. Some of y'all already know what I'm going to say, so still going to say it, though. Y'all need to know the truth about NXT. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. I'll probably be sharing the stream. Let everybody know to tune in if they want to hear my thoughts and grade on NXT. So, be right back. Try to help me get some more audience in here by sharing the watch along while I'm gone, while you're at it. While I'm stepping away for a break for a little bit. Be right back, y'all. First of all, oh my God, man. I find it funny how the fucking Corey simps online. I find it funny how the simps on Corey, you know, Corey of bodyslam.com. I find it funny how his fans, how the simps that commented on Corey's tweet, you know, the simps that commented on Corey's tweet on Twitter, you know, when he tweeted out thoughts on NXT. I find it funny how they said this show was fun. This show was good. No, the fuck it wasn't. This show was nothing but fucking filler. This show was mid-average, just like I fucking predicted earlier. Knew the show was going to be mid-average. Knew it. No creative changes. Once again, mediocre, boring. Not that exciting. There was nothing on this show outside of two things. Outside of two solid low matches on the card. Outside of two solid low B minus women's championship matches on the card. WWE NXT Triple Threat Championship match and the NXT North American Championship match were the only things that stole the show tonight. Everything else mid-average. It feels like the same fucking creative all over again. This show sucked, man. Like, the creative sucks in NXT, dude. They really got to ante it up. They really got to do better with these shows, man. These shows have been mediocre every Tuesday nights. There's really got to get better, dude. There's really got to be some change in NXT, like pronto, dude. Like, they're not taking this shit seriously. They are not taking these shows seriously right now. They're not taking the talent seriously. They're not taking the fans seriously. They're not taking nobody seriously. You know, it's not Robert Stone's fault that he has to book these matches. He's being told to do so by the administration. Which, by the way, they need to remove Bruce and Michael Hayes, by the way. I don't know why they haven't removed those guys yet. Those guys need to get removed. Bye-bye. Gone. They don't belong on that fucking administration. Bruce should have been long gone. I don't know why he's still there. Honestly, dude, I'm going long tonight. This episode left me very frustrated. And the core and the fucking half of the darn internet wrestling communities got the nerve to go on Corey's tweet and say the show was fun and good. You people are some fucking comedians in the comments, man. I'm telling you. Oh. Idiots. Outside of the Vanity Project mess, the women's triple threat, like I said, in the NXT Women's North American Championship Steel Cage match was the only two best things of the entire night. This whole night landed as a mid C+ in my book. That's what I graded the show. That was my prediction all day. When I saw the card, that was my prediction. I said it was going to be a mid C+ show, and I didn't lie. Now, did I? This shit felt like the same creative loop we've been stuck in for weeks and weeks and weeks. which doesn't bode well for NXT heading into Stand and Deliver, because the weekly TV should feel urgent and big, and right now it just doesn't. Don't get me wrong, Booker T was a solid wrestler in his Attitude Era days. No disrespect to him, but this appreciation night did not land for me at all. It dragged the pace. It really did. I enjoy what Kendall Carver's doing, don't get me wrong, but that appreciation shit, no. Nah. Sorry. It's already enough that Booker T's terrible in commentary. They need to make some changes to the commentary, to be honest. I don't know why they still haven't done that. Shoot, might have to get Vince Joseph out of there while you at it too, maybe. Booker T still continues to talk over Vince Joseph on commentary, man. When is WWE going to catch that shit? When is WWE going to talk to Booker T about that? Really? A lot of this undercard was filler or formula, while a couple of matches carried. The overall show did deliver. It did not deliver tonight. It didn't deliver, and honestly, this episode sucked for me because the creative hasn't changed. The stakes felt flat. And if this is the road to Stand and Deliver, they've got to inject some urgency fast. Like ASAP. This show sucks. They got to step it up for real. Let's go over the match segment rundown, each in its own longer paragraph. So we're going to start with this NXT Women's Championship Triple Threat match first of all. Breathe, IWN, breathe. You got out half of what you needed to get out, but that's only just the beginning of it. This was the chaotic big fight energy the show needed in this triple threat match. And Jayne's game plan made sense. She played Possum early, let Ruca and Zaria tear each other up. I like this by Jayne. She's a smart woman. Yo, whoever that guy is, lucky to have her. Anyway, I'm messing around. Anyway, the match kept escalating with real highlight moments, a double suplex off the top that dumped both challengers. Zaria planting an F5 on the floor. Ruca firing back with the Soul Snatcher. I was going to say, I already got my eyes on the woman, but she's married. And I'm waiting for the opportunity so I could be the next one in line. So I could be her next husband. I can't wait for that. Anyway. Seriously. This women's triple threat match was nothing more than a solid low B minus triple threat match. Nothing more, nothing less than that. Now, if they would have did a little bit better with this match, it would have been, I would have graded a B plus, but it didn't get to that point for me. Now, Fatal Influence hovered around the edges to tilt things whenever Jayne needed an opening. So, okay, so check this out, y'all. The finish was classic heel champ stuff. In the late scramble, Jayne capitalized on the carnage, laid her arm across Ruca, and stole the pin, while Zaria was out of position, retaining in a way that keeps all three women hot and keeps the division moving. This is based on me and all of my notes that I have here on my phone. Now, we go over the Revolution is Here segment with Ethan Page, Ricky Saints first, then Ethan Page, Joe Henry, and Tony D'Angelo. I mean, this was loud and messy in a good way, but also like a powder keg that didn't fully explode. Saint and Page patched things up, started spitballing tag team names. They noted They're not chasing the tag titles because they're boys. Vanity Project hold the straps. Page made it clear he wants to be a double champion while putting Miles Bourne on notice. I don't know if that was a solid way to put him on notice, but Joe Henry arrived to poke at their friendship. The tension boiled over. Saints and Page jumped him, and Henry answered by dump with a double clothesline, a pair of away slams up or popped the crowd. Just as Henry tried to play, Tony D'Angelo stormed in, cut Henry in half with a spear, then planted spinebusters on Page and Saints to close the segment, standing tall. Now check this out. The way I'm looking at it, and I'm sure some of the wrestling sources would agree when I say this. In my eyes, this looked like it set up a fatal four-way match. Which didn't, it almost looked that way. But the segment still felt like more than payoff. Definitely a C+ segment. Moving on to, oh Jesus. Do I really want to go over it? Do I really want to say these guys' names? Do I really want to say Los Americanos? El Grande, Americano, Rayo, and Bravo versus Vanity Project. Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes, and Jackson Drake. Honestly, yeah, we got to talk about this because I'm not happy about this. I was literally fussing about this earlier. This was the worst creative call of the night. This was the worst decision that WWE having them win. And then put them on NXT. Hell, they might as well be on Lucha Libre AAA at this fucking point. Hell, they might as well go back to the gimmicks they had in NXT. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate going back to being Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and El Grande Americano going back to being Louis Kaiser. At least that's what should be happening right now. Not have all three of these guys team up together, acting like they're wannabe Lucha Libre Mexicano wrestlers. But seriously, about this match, I'll say it plainly. This is plain and simple as I'm going to say it. Brad Baylor are the NXT Tag Team Champions. And Jackson Drake is the Evolved Men's Champion. So having champions lost in a trios match makes zero fucking sense. Dude, I have said this for years on my watch-alongs that I've done for years, that having a champion lose makes no sense. It ends their reign. It ends their winning streak. That's not right. They can't do shit like that. Oh, they get away with doing it anyway. Gotta love it. Wow. Yeah, it makes zero sense. And undercuts the prestige you spent months building. The match itself wasn't terrible on action, but the outcome cheapens both reigns and tells the audience, and it tells me and the other wrestling YouTube content creators that watch this show tonight, that the belts don't protect you from 50-50 booking. Huh. If you want titles to matter, if you really want titles to matter, this is the NXT writers and whoever booked this show and whoever came up with this terrible fucking decision. If you want titles to matter on the road to Stand Delivered, your champs shouldn't be taking L's in non-title bouts just to give someone else heat. That doesn't make sense. That makes them look like losers and it makes them look like jobbers. It don't make no sense, man. You just basically bury Vanity Project. You basically buried Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes as NXT champions. You basically just ended their reign. You basically just buried Jackson Drake and ended his reign as Evolve Men's champion. Hell, he might as well drop the title to Eric Rourke at this point, who has been solid on Evolve lately. Eric Rourke. Sorry, trying to get my self back intact here. Might as well drop it to Eric Rourke over on Evolve. Might as well say Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. Might as well drop the NXT titles and stand delivered. This don't even make sense, dude. This don't even make sense. It's sad that Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes had a short reign as NXT Tag Team Champions, only to see it end tonight at the hands of Los Americanos, beating them in a non-title match. This shit sucks, man. Beating them and Jackson Drake, for that matter. So now, whoever wins the tournament will beat Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions. Great. So you basically are pushing Vanity Project to go to the main roster. Too early for these guys to go to the main roster. Way too early. NXT needs the Vanity Project. Why have these guys dropped the titles now? Why did they... And to be honest, why did they even book this 6-man tag team match to begin with if they knew they was going to fail on this decision? They should have never booked this match, dude. If they didn't know what they were doing with this match, it should have never been booked at all. The Vanity Project should have won the match, plain and simple. Los Americanos should have been the losers going into tonight. Should have been the losers tonight. The Vanity Project should have been the winners tonight. Bottom line. They should have won the match, not Los Americanos. Moving on to Booker T Appreciation Night. I didn't care for this at all. I respect Booker T, but this felt like filler. It killed momentum in a show that already needed urgency. It ate time that could have gone to advancing stories or giving the undercard a real stakes-driven reason to exist. It also made the episode feel like it was spinning its wheels instead of building to something. In the context of a C+ night, where we need spark, this landed flat for me. NXT Tag Team Championship No. 1 Contenders match. Hank Tank versus Birthright. Do they know what the fuck they doing with these NXT tag teams in the NXT tag team division? I'm just asking. I'm just wondering. Serious. Standard stuff here, though, for this tag match. If you've seen one Hank and Tank match, you've seen, you guys seen, and I've seen this format, this formula, control, cutoff, hope set, hope spot, finish. You guys know what a hope spot finish is. Birthright tried to bring chaos with numbers and presence, but the end came off a Lexus King distraction that opened the door for Connor it with a roll-up. It gets Birthright the win, and it gives Hank and Tank the loss. Shouldn't Hank and Tank be in tag team champions, or were they? Just a genuine question. I heard they were already champions, and I heard that they weren't. So, anyways, about Birthright, it raises the bigger question about the group. Now that they picked up a win over Hank Tank, earlier tonight. You know, it's like, how do you spotlight everyone when there are so many members who all need to get over? Did the administration and the people that booked and write the show realize, did they think or come to a realization that maybe there's too many members? I mean, I'm just genuine question, man. Genuine questions. I'm just asking, man. Regardless, I gave this tag match a C plus. Mid-average NXT Tag Team Championship No Contenders. Moving on to the NXT Women's North American Championship Steel Cage main event match. I rated this B minus. The match of the entire night. The first one was the NXT Women's Championship. The Cage gave the match a big fight aura. The champion versus challenger dynamic, had some teeth, and it stood out on a card that otherwise struggled to feel special. It's exactly the kind of presentation these secondary titles need if you want them to matter heading into a major show. Simple as that. Overall show, I gave this a C+. This was a mid-average episode of NXT. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, moving on to the ups and downs. Now, the ups were the women's triple threat match. Delivered real chaos, kept all three women strong. Women's North American Cage felt like a proper title fight. A four-way main event picture. Henry, Saints, Page, D'Angelo. It had heat and clear attention if they actually commit. Moving on to the downs. There's a lot of downs on this show. There was more downs on this show than up tonight, which is not good. Vanity Project losing while holding gold is non-sensual booking and devalues both championships. Booker T's segment felt like filler, stalled momentum. Hank and Tank matches are becoming copy-paste at this point. Birthright might have too many members to properly spotlight everyone. Remember, that's why I questioned, do you think maybe they have too many members? Is the administration, the writers, and the bookers thinking about that? Maybe they should consider the fact that maybe there is too many members. Maybe they should. The Speed title change was fine, but forgettable. The night overall lacked urgency. What NXT is doing good and bad on right now? Women's division is carrying the show right now, and rightfully so they are, and giving you main event level energy in multiple spots. The top line men's title scene has 4 legit players and real usable tension. The bad. This is what they're doing bad on. Devaluing by having champs lose non-title bouts, repetitive tag formulas. Remember, we went over that earlier. But this is different. This is a little bit different, remember. But overstuffed factions like Birthright that dilute individual focus. Too many throwaway segments that make the weekly feel routine. Now, what does NXT needs to get better at right now in particular? Protect champions. Wins and losses have to mean something, especially with stand deliver around the corner. Freshen the weekly structure with fewer filler segments and more stakes-driven matches. Here's another one. There's another one they need to get better at. Give factions clear roles so every member has a reason to pop, not just screen time. Last but not least, make the road to stand deliver feel urgent instead of like we're marking time. Now, to set the record straight, like I said earlier, I'm going to repeat this again because this needs to be heard. And I hope the administration, the NXT creative, and the writers are listening to this because they need to take this very seriously with their shows. So again, if you're holding the NXT tag team titles, Baylor and Smokes, or the Evolved Men's Champion, why did I say women's? Evolved Men's Champion, Drake, you shouldn't be taking L's in six-mans for cheap heat. Booking champions to lose in non-title matches kills the prestige you spent months building. It tells the audience the belts don't matter. Basically. This is just why I say the champs should not be losing. They should be able to win to continue their reigns. To continue to be that top champion. You know what I'm saying? To continue to let the champion prove that they're must-see TV. Basically. Now, if Stand Deliver is supposed to feel big, the weekly TV can't keep feeling mid, man. It's getting ridiculous. They got to push it. They really do. They got to push it up. Stop the 50-50 bullshit stuff with title holders, man. Make wins and losses count. Give the show some real stakes again. Please. We are tired of the same old 50-50 stuff. Please. Give it a rest. We need something different. Something more exciting. Something exciting. We need hype. We need feel to the NXT shows, man. We're not getting any. That's because the creative hasn't changed. If the creative changes, maybe there will be some excitement, feel, and hype. But so far, well, like I said, it hasn't changed. There hasn't been any. There's been less excitement, less feel, less hype, less unimportance on these shows, these NXT shows. That's it, folks. That's going to do it for me, man. My NXT watch along will be on the channel once it gets done processing. If you didn't get to hear my overall thoughts and grade on the entire NXT episode, it'll be on the channel. You just got to skip the whole thing to the end where I come back to go over that stuff. I went over my thoughts. I went over the grade. I went over the match segment rundown, my ups and downs, what NXT is doing good on, in my opinion, what they're doing bad on, in my opinion, what they need to get better at, in my opinion. And I set the record straight. So, thank y'all for tuning in, joining. I really appreciate it. Make sure y'all share the stream. Let everybody know. Yeah, I was live for NXT. And you can put whatever you want to put. Just as long as you tell them to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if they're new, man. Let's get the thumbs up. Let's get the views up on the stream. And like I said, I appreciate y'all for being here. Keep on supporting the channel. You know I'm going to be live for Evolve tomorrow. Jackson Drake set to defend his Evolve Men's Championship against Aaron. Jackson Drake might as well drop that Evolve Men's Championship. There's no point in having it now. He lost. as Evolve Men's Champion in a non-title match. It didn't make sense. They should never book the match. Should have just got it off the card. The fuck is Los Americanos doing back on NXT anyway? This is another thing I want to fucking know. What are we doing? What are we doing? Anyways, folks, good night. Take care. I'll see you guys live for Evolve. I'm out of here.